Yo, what is up guys, Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. Apologies, I am about like 6 Stella Artois deep. Not too drunk, but a little bit wavy. Joseph Parker defeats Deontay Wilder by a 12-round unanimous decision. As far as I'm concerned, he won every single round. There was no round you could give Deontay Wilder, in my opinion. Not a great fight, messy, dull, uninspired. But Joseph Parker was the guy who was taking centre ring. He was far more active with his lead hand, firing the jab more often. Joseph Parker actually did the opposite of what I said he should do. I said Joseph Parker in this fight should be aggressive. He did the polar opposite. And I think it was Darren Barker on commentary. He made a good point. Against Deontay Wilder, you have to be all in or all the way out. So basically, way outside or on the inside. Joseph Parker elected to be way outside. And he basically fought in bursts, almost in ambush against Deontay Wilder. He would mill around on the outside. Occasionally, he would fire the jab. And he would explode with his right hand here and there, like a looping overhand right, which would sometimes get around the lead hand of Deontay Wilder, catch Wilder on the top of the head. And ultimately, Joseph Parker was the guy who was pretty much holding centre ring. He was the guy, and bear in mind, this wasn't a fight of aggression. It was very standoffish, but Parker was the guy initiating, he was the guy throwing first, and Deontay Wilder was very reactionary. Deontay Wilder looked like he couldn't pull the trigger any longer, to be honest with you. I know Wilder's always been a very limited guy, but in this fight, it looked like he couldn't pull the trigger anymore. It wasn't like Parker was doing anything unbelievable. He had a good game plan, but it wasn't like Parker was this elusive matrix in there. That wasn't the case, but for whatever reason, Wilder couldn't fire the straight right hand. He couldn't get his timing down, and Parker, as a result, just nicked the rounds. Round after round after round after round, Parker was winning, and in my opinion, Parker won this fight 12 rounds to 0. Very easy to score. There is no way you can give Deontay Wilder a round, as far as I'm concerned. And from what I saw from Deontay Wilder, he's done as a fighter in the heavyweight division at the elite level. The big fights now go out the window. The Anthony Joshua fight, should Anthony Joshua beat Otto Wallin? That's done. As has discussion about Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua in general. When we talk about both guys now, Joshua is well clear. Joseph Parker now is well clear of Deontay Wilder. He beat Andy Ruiz. He's now beaten Deontay. Deontay's not even the second best of his generation. He's not the third best of his generation. That's a reality of the situation here. For all the talk, for all the hype, for all the knockouts, Deontay Wilder isn't the best. He isn't the second best. He isn't the third best of his generation. In fact, he isn't the fourth best of his generation. Joshua's above him. Fury's above him. Parker is now above him. Usyk obviously is above him. This is how it ends for Deontay Wilder. I don't really want to talk about the fight itself because ultimately there wasn't really anything to talk about. Joseph Parker was just a little more active each round. He was a little more aggressive each round. And he won this fight clearly. Joseph Parker moves on. Where does he go from here? No idea, to be honest with you. Maybe a fight with Zhili Zhang. That could make sense, maybe. But Parker lives to see another day. Deontay Wilder probably should retire at this point. He looked like a spent force. He looked like a guy who couldn't pull the trigger anymore. And quite frankly, it's a disappointing end to Deontay Wilder's career. But ultimately, you look at the level of competition Deontay Wilder fought, Maybe this was the real Wilder all along. Have to say, American boxing's in the mud. As of right now. No heavyweights to speak of. Aside from Jared Anderson, who is relatively talented, but I wouldn't put the house on Jared Anderson becoming a dominant heavyweight. America have no heavyweights, and they're stuck with beta male boxers like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Yo, American boxing is in the mud. I have to say, I expected this fight to be a farce. I expected Joseph Parker to lie down. Maybe the Saudis are, just putting the money up and see what happens. Maybe they don't understand how to fix fights yet. Because the Tyson Fury fight didn't really end the way it was expected to end. The Wilder-Parker fight didn't, because they wanted Wilder and Joshua. Makes you wonder. And it makes me wonder what happens when these certain privileged fighters fight abroad. Because certain decisions wouldn't have gone certain ways. We know that. Anybody with a pair of eyes, a pair of bollocks, and integrity knows that. A lot of these guys in American boxing are frauds, to be honest with you. They are media creations. And quite frankly, a familiar form of counterfeit. I mean, I saw a middleweight get beat up by a lightweight. and the middleweight got the decision. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. Deontay Wilder is done. Needs to retire. Awful performance. Looked like a squid on fucking crack in that ring. He looked awful. He actually got buzzed a couple of times as well in this fight, Deontay Wilder. Mainly in the 9th round, he got buzzed. But yeah, awful performance by Deontay Wilder. Joseph Parker won every single round. It wasn't even like Joseph Parker was great, by the way. I'm not sitting here saying Joseph Parker put on this great performance. He didn't. He really didn't. But he won the fight. He won every round. He was a little more active every single round. And here we are. Joseph Parker defeats Deontay Wilder by a lopsided 12-round unanimous decision. Share your thoughts below. It's been your guy Delboy. Peace.